Immediately after the elections, the IEC will have 14 days in which to run local to district council elections. So some councillors will then represent Thabazimbi at the Waterberg District Council. So that is all. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thanks, PO, for the briefing. Members of the media who are here, if you have questions, you can pose them. Through show of hands, you will tell us who you are, which media house you come from, and then pose your question. Through show of hands, we'll start this side. We have number one there, and number two. In that order, you'll just press the microphone there so that you can be audible.
Good day. I'm not sure I'm audible. Yeah, Michael Makungo from SABC. I just want to find out, do you know how many political parties will be contesting, and if there are also any independent candidates will be contesting? Thank you.
All right, thanks for your question. Second one.
My name is Piman from SABC News as well. My first question was...
But it's unlikely, I think for the first time now, you are having a situation where the municipality is dissolved. So of course we'll need more staff, you will need a lot of logistical arrangement, you must have a good financial measures to run this by-election. Yeah. And yeah, I think that's all.
All right, thanks for your questions. I'll hand over to the PO to answer.
Well, thank you very much for this question. The dissolved council had 5 political parties represented in council. As of now, we do not know which parties an independent candidate will show interest. We will know from the 25th of October when we open for candidate nomination. The closing date is the 11th of November. Then registration of parties. Already we have 2 or 3 parties that have registered in Thabazimbi. These are new parties that have shown interest in the Thabazimbi, and some of them have already started participating in the party liaison committee at a local level. And we suspect, because registration of political parties is open all the time, there will be no deadline. As long as you can register and satisfy all the requirements of the Electoral Commission, you could register your party and contest the election, although it's a process. But then just make sure that you are on time before the candidate nomination closes. Voter education. We have a robust campaign for voter education because Thabazimbi is notoriously known for poor participation. In 2021, our voter participation was only 41%. So we are going to hire democracy education facilitators so that they have a one-to-one sessions in those wards and those voting districts. We are prioritizing those voting districts that performed poorly in the previous elections. We are going to have several campaigns that will be running, including working with the local radio stations, SABC, community radios in that particular area, and we are also going to use posters and many other methods of communication. And of course, we are also on social media. We know that several of the residents of Thabazimbi are young people. They play on social media. You are also going to find us in that particular space. I hope I've answered all the questions. Oh, the cost. Democracy is actually quite expensive because this process is going to involve logistics to start with. We need to cover all the 57 voting stations, make sure that we provide the ballot papers. We need to print the ballot papers, both the PR as well as the ward ballot. And these elections are different because Ward 1 is different from Ward 2. So you are not printing similar ballots for ward. For PR, they will be similar, but for ward, you will have 12 different elections because candidate for Ward 1 will be different from Ward 5. So those costs, you know, I mean, I cannot quantify. I don't know if CNO perhaps has an estimate, but they could run into hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rands. And normally, you will be aware, we do not budget for by-elections. They just happen. You know, you cannot say, I have a 2 million budget for by-election. You do not know whether a councillor is going to resign. You do not know whether the municipality will be dissolved. So when it happens, then we must gather all the possible funds that we have. To some extent, we even approach Treasury to augment the limited budgets that we have so that we run free and fair elections. Thank you.
Thanks, PO, for answering the questions. Members of the media, I hope you are all covered. Do we have additional questions? Okay.
Yeah, she spoke about the issue of registered political parties, and she spoke about three. Can she able to mention what are those political parties?
Oh, yes. All right. Is that the only question? This will be the last round, and then we'll be closing afterwards. Are we? Okay. All right. PO, over to you.
The 5 parties that were represented in the dissolved council were ANC, DA, EFF, Thabazimbi Residents Association, as well as Thabazimbi Forum for Service Delivery. These were the 5 parties that were represented. And for now, there are several people who have shown interest. New parties are also emerging. Thank you very much.
Thanks once again, PO, for answering the questions. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for honoring this invitation, even those who are joining us online. We will inform you about the date, time, and venue of the next briefing that we'll have. Cheers.